I was just a small boy, running wild in the yard. Grease on my fingers, dust on my arms. My daddy worked the land for her daddy every day. But me and that little girl, we found our own way. We would laugh by the river, chase the birds through the trees, share secrets in the summer with the dirt on our knees. She had ribbons in her hair, I had holes in my shoes. But when she smiled at me, I forgot what we didn't have to lose. Back then I didn't know a boy could carry love so deep and never let it show. Now I write these regrets with a pen in my hand and pain in my chest. Too many words that I never said, too many nights with her stuck in my head. If you love somebody, don't wait like I did. Don't let fear lock your heart and keep your mouth sealed, 'cause silence can hurt more than rejection ever gets. And a life full of maybes, a life full of regrets. We grew a little older, but not too far apart. She was still my whole world, though she didn't know my heart. We talked under the moonlight, we walked those old dirt roads, and every time she touched me, Lord, my feelings overflowed. But I kept playing quiet, kept acting like a friend, too scared if I told her that would be the end. She had books in her arms and big dreams in her eyes. I had love in my soul but kept feeding it lies. I told myself one day, when the time is right, I'll speak, but time don't always stay. Now I write these regrets with a pen in my hand and pain in my chest. Too many words that I never said, too many nights with her stuck in my head. If you love somebody, don't wait like I did. Don't let fear lock your heart and keep your mouth sealed, 'cause silence can hurt more than rejection ever gets. And a life full of maybes, a life full of regrets. She went away to college, chasing city lights. I stayed behind in overalls, learning engines and drive shafts right. I became a mechanic, good with metal and steel. But there ain't no wrench alive can fix the way I feel. I still saw her in memory, in every street in town, in the laugh of the wind when the sun went down. Then windfall she came back, Lord, she looked so fine. But standing beside her was a man who was not me this time. She said, I want you to meet him, we're getting married soon. And the whole world went dark in the middle of the afternoon. I shook his hand, tried smiling, tried standing like a man, but my heart broke so quiet, nobody could understand. I walked home in silence, didn't tell a single soul. Had a storm behind my eyes and a hole where I was whole. My daddy asked what happened, I just said I was tired. But sorrow has a language even when you're I picked up pen and paper in the middle of the night, with my hands shaking hard and no strength left to fight. And I wrote, boy, don't do it, don't hide what you feel. Don't trade love for silence and call that wound heal. Take the chance, take the fall, let your trembling heart speak. Cause the words that you swallow turn bitter and deep. And the no that you fear ain't the worst you can get. The worst thing in this life is living with regret. So I write these regrets, with a pen in my hand and pain in my chest. For every young heart too afraid to confess, for every lost chance buried under the stress. If you love somebody, don't wait like I did. Don't let fear lock your heart and keep your mouth sealed. Cause silence can hurt more than rejection ever gets. And a life full of maybes, a life full of regrets. Yeah, I loved her in silence, and silence is all I get. So if your heart is speaking, don't answer it with regret. If you want, I can make this more so than country soul, more deeply poetic, more modern R&B storytelling, or turn it into a stronger version of you.